PSA is doing some good stuff. I like what's happening here. Very exciting things. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. PSA has opened up regular service, but with a caveat. We're going to talk about that here in a second as we pull this up. So, I've been seeing this all over the place. A few of the channels that I follow have been posting that PSA is opening up services. I was going to do a video on it today. So my initial thing was to jump on and open up PSA card, go to services, go to trading cards, and then look at submission prices, grading prices. But there's still no pricing available for regular service is what they're calling it now. I don't know what the timing is. I'm not really sure. But the good folks over at Got Baseball Cards just released a video talking about pricing. And so pricing's kind of been all over the place. I've seen, so they have in fact opened up regular services. However, they're capping submissions, which is great. So from what I can see, the submission is right around $100 and it's only open to group submitters is what it's looking like. If I'm wrong on that, please let me know. But it's only open to group submitters, which is kind of cool, I guess. Actually, let's move that back over there. Which is kind of cool, I guess, because then what that does is that kind of keeps the influx of people at bay, so that things don't blow up. So from what I can tell, and I'm going to Iron right now, which is Iron Sports Group Submissions. Shout out to them. I've never used them before, but that's kind of where I've seen PSA submissions. Their regular submission is $95 a card. And it says we can only send here. I'm going to do this. Let's do this because I don't want to pop open my my personal Facebook. But here's what they did. Iron Sports Cards, PSA regular service, $95. That's the cheapest I've seen it. They are on a sports. They are on a Facebook group, so you got to join their Facebook group. But Iron Sports Cards, PSA submitter, it's less than $1,000 value per card. And we can only send a few hundred cards per week, so it'll be first come, first serve. So according to GotBaseballCards.com, they're in the same way. They've been capped off at 300 a week. But the service is still, it's still their new regular service. I don't know how long of a turnaround time is to be expected. I would probably venture to guess maybe 2 months, 3 months, 60 days, 70 days, somewhere around there. If I had to guess, I don't think there's any verbiage. But a lot of group submitters are starting to, advertise regular group submission. However, it's only a few hundred cards per week. Now, at that price point, even at $100, you're still having to make sure that you send a pretty premium card. I mean, nobody's going to send any base cards for $100. But, if you got a good, Mac Jones silver prism autograph or something like that, then yeah, it's probably worth it to send that in and have it graded at $100 let's just even call it a 90-day turnaround. What I think is cool about this is that, they are opening some regular services prior to the holidays, prior to the end of the year. But what's even cooler about all of this is the cap that they're putting on this. 300 cards a month. 300 cards a week for all of their group submitters. Lord knows how many of those are out there. I think there's hundreds or thousands, I would imagine. But still, they're capping this. They're not trying to let this get out of control. And that in and of itself is a good sign of the management at PSA, the people at PSA who are making these decisions to ultimately turn things on, back them off or what have you. But like I said, several group submitters are now advertising the new price and the new submission service, but it's not advertised on PSA's website, so you can't go in there. And let's see if I can sign in. I don't know if they may allow. Let me see. If I start a new submission, and I go with the oh, you guys aren't seeing this. And I go regular card, and I go grading, non-autograph. Yeah, see, it's only the 150, the 300, and the 600 that's available right now, even for people who have an account like myself. But again, it's still very good to see them capping off submissions. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that from PSA. So very good news. For PSA to open back up again, but also it's good news for me. I mean, I'm very happy to see them taking these steps. That's going to allow them to still bring in some new service at a reduced price. I mean, it's still $100, give or take. I think GotBaseballCards.com is $110. I've seen a couple other submission groups for $100. And then that Iron Sports, let's see, what was it? Iron Sports Cards on Facebook. I'll leave a link down below for their group. I have no affiliation with them whatsoever. I'm just bringing them up because I've seen them. That's the cheapest I've seen. At $95. I could imagine with shipping and everything like that, you're probably still going to be around the $110 range, whatever. But the cap is what I'm really excited about. I'm happy to see the cap because the cap is going to allow them to still take in some new service, make some money off the new service, but also continue to work through that backlog, which is, you guys know, is very important to me because they're still holding on to my Hakeem Olajuwons since January of this year. My cards are about to have a birthday over there. But I digress. So yeah, I mean, again, I'll pose this question to you guys. What are you sending at $100 that you weren't sending at $150? In my opinion, doesn't seem like that big of a stretch. If you had a card that you were going to send that you decided, you know what, nah, $150 is just too much. Are you sending that card at $100? Is that $50 difference really going to make and break? Is there a pile of cards that you have sitting, waiting, that you're saying, if this goes under $100, I'm sending in this stack? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I hope that those of you who are sending cards in are sending just, your premium stuff. A lot of you that are holding on to maybe some LaMelo base Prism stuff, or maybe even some numbered LaMelo stuff, or whatever the case may be, whatever you're holding on to. I personally don't have anything that I'm gonna submit at $100. No, I got nothing. I got nothing because I want to give them a shot. I want to give PSA another shot and send in some cards, but not at $100. That's just way too much. Not when I can send my cards to to SGC for $30 a card, $35 with shipping and all that stuff, and get a good service. I get them back in a month, 30 days or something like that. So yeah, it's not that appealing to me. But some of you who are, the investor types that are really looking to send some cards in and, flip them and all that stuff, hey, it may be $100 maybe your breaking point. And if it is, let me know. I'm curious because I'm curious what it is that you're now going to send at this $100 price point that you weren't going to send at the $150 price point. So, again, just good news. I mean, I know you guys take me for a really big PSA hater because I bash on them. Just keep in mind that I'm bashing on them for the things that they've done, right? The fact that they've had my cards for almost a year now, and some of you even longer. But when they make strides like these, when they do things that make me feel like they're trying to get better, I always give them credit for it. This being one of them. Not that they're opening up services, but the cap is what I'm giving them big kudos for. And that's a big thing. Because, If it would have been regular service opened up the floodgates, hey, everybody submit all your shit, I'd have been kind of pissed off about that, because all those people submitting are what's going to take up, backlog space. So by them capping, that tells me that they have reserved some capacity in their workshops for only dealing with new orders, while the other piece of that capacity is reserved on backlog. And that's the first step to getting caught up in an organization when you're behind from a supply chain standpoint or from a manufacturing processing standpoint. That's the first thing you got to do, is reserve some backlog to work through reserve some capacity to work through your backlog, and then have a team of people that are just working on new orders. So anyway, good stuff. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see this go down a little further, maybe even get my cards back. I was really hoping to get them back sometime this year. But I just contacted my group submission guy, and he's like, yeah, it hasn't moved. So my cards have been sitting in grading status for God knows how long. Anyway, I know you guys got a video yesterday. You're going to get a video today. Actually, you know what? Today's Saturday. You might just get a doubleheader. I'm just going to drop this video today. Because we're going to do a live tomorrow. My man Alan from TGT is going to join. We're going to talk a little basketball. We're going to talk a little sports cards. We're going to talk a lot of shit and have some fun. So you guys check that one out. Tune in tomorrow. Love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Peace.